between moving to Afghanistan, and these are all the gifts I got from my husband's family. I got all of these like perfume oils. I do have a bunch more, but I just didn't bring them on camera. I got this Kayali apple perfume. Smells so good. I have this lip injection, a lip tint, and this is Maximizer. So I'm not sure if that's like a lip plumper, but yeah, I got these beautiful colors. I get asked this question all the time, so I figured I would reply with a video. So we actually met on Snapchat in July of 2024, and we didn't meet IRL until December of 2024. So at first I wasn't actually looking for a relationship, but we exchanged WhatsApp numbers anyways. I'm a truck driver, so of course I could yap all day long, and he was just really somebody that was easy to talk to. When I say talk, I mean we talked for 12 to 15 hours a day, like probably even more than that. So even though we had only been talking for around 5 to 6 months before we met IRL, it felt like I was not meeting a stranger, honestly, because we had spent so much time getting to know each other over the phone through conversation that I felt like I knew him forever when I met him. So at this point, it has been 2 years that we have been long distance. Well, not a full 2 years, but almost 2 years. And I am so ready to be with him, whether it's here in the US, whether it's in Afghanistan. Also, and this is just my opinion, I think more women in the US should get out of the box and date more men outside the US, marry more men outside the US, whatever you want to do. Because men, I feel like they're just not it. Like here in the US, the red pill content, the 50-50, like I just could never understand that. And I feel that men that are like from other countries, they've been raised with different values around family, partnership. Obviously though, every relationship is different, every man is different. This is just my personal experience, and taking a chance on somebody that I would have never thought I would actually fall in love with was the best decision I ever made.
So you guys, if you don't know what Snapchat is an app where you can talk to other people through sending pictures and all, and that's where he met his future husband, his current husband. I don't know where they got married, I don't know, but he's calling her husband. But let's to say this app, you don't have verification if this person is real, you don't know nothing about them. They met there. Oh my goodness, if I'm the father, bro. This is fucking crazy. And she's saying, oh, we talked for 12 hours. Of course we're talking 12 hours. He has all the time in the world. Where he's coming from, you have to notice first of all something. When you're talking to somebody abroad, you gotta make sure they're not coming from a they can come from a poverty ridden country, but you gotta be extra careful, because you gotta know money will come before love. And that's why you see in Colombia they're robbing people. Why do you think they're robbing people? And this gotta be the best guy. They can just get married. No, he's on survival mode. Once a person is in survival mode, they're gonna do immoral shit. You think he's gonna think about love and he's hungry? He's gonna rob you. That's crazy. This is the first thing you're gonna think about when you're trying to date overseas. Then survival mode, you gotta be extra careful. I'm not saying you don't go and search for it, and also plan who's moving to where. Now she's planning to move there. These people have no rights. These people have no rights. What? They have no rights. But we're gonna get there. Let's just continue with the video. He's saying they took 2 years before, the the chemistry came about. Yes, Rome wasn't built in a day. The things get smarter every day. Go look how scammers are getting smarter every day. They're taking their time. They know Rome wasn't built in a day. You think they're just gonna tell you like in 1994, I have candy come to my house? No, they upgraded. That's outdated. They upgraded their strategies. Are you dumb? Oh my god. And she's saying women from outside the US fluid. No, what? No, do not do that. If fate leads you to do that, good. Y'all met somewhere, and you know what I mean? But also you gotta be careful. You can't be just no dummy. Why do not do this? I said, and especially religion is a big factor, and it's like political. Religion is part of how you bring up your kid, and it's part of you. So if you have different, it's gonna be bad. And from what we've been seeing on the internet, I don't think it's the right good idea to go there, but that's not even the case. She's saying the rape content. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, these contents that are appearing in the rape, women doing this, men doing this, didn't come out of nowhere. Even me, I'm kind of disappointed. Time isn't like how it used to be. How you used to talk to women, it's just friendly vibes. They just like you for you, and it wasn't all about the money. Right now, you just gotta like presentable. You gotta be, but that's just the life the way it is because life is getting expensive. She think, oh, life is gonna be better there because the pressure is not there. That's a third world country, and you're living in a first world country. That means it's more developed. That's why it's facing these new challenges that we have not faced. So you gotta adapt. Even me, I'm crying, but if I get with this woman and I can't provide for her because I want to live a normal life, I can't bear the pain of seeing my kids suffering. That's not a real man. A real man make sure his family's good. So we all have to adapt, and you know what I mean. So I agree, even though they're saying rape, this, there are some things they're speaking the truth, and people are upgrading because life is getting hard. So we have to also upgrade all of us. Some things men are doing wrong that we have to also improve, and vice versa for the women. So it goes both sides, but I think she's she's right but also kind of wrong, but I always say this: if you can dominate in where you live, don't try it on the outskirts of your country because you're gonna fail miserably. You're gonna like end up coming across something that you're gonna regret, and you don't want that. You know what I mean? Yeah, wondering why this woman is doing this. This woman is doing this because I was like, why is she doing this? I came across a picture, somebody said in the comments, and what I noticed is like, I'm not trying to be offensive, I'm just trying to be straight. So I understand why she's doing this. She's doing this because this woman is on survival mode. You know what I mean? Because a woman who's getting more attention, would have like seen the red flags. Why? You know what I mean? Because you have a lot of options, so you'll start, but if when you're in survival mode, whatever you get, you hold on to it. You know what I mean? You hold on to it. So I came across her picture. She did look in shape. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure people, the only guys who are messing with her, it's like they're messing with her and then they leave. So she get this guy getting all the attention. Of course she'll fall in love. That's how you get these ladies who get scammed online and people just trying to scam them from papers. You don't want to be that woman. That's why you see you gotta adapt. You know what I mean? And the worst thing you can do when it comes to dating is just having one person in your life, because you don't know if this person is good. You can't, you know what I mean? People used to think, even I had that mentality, like, oh, I see this lady, you talk to them, and then the only one, but you don't see the red flag because this is the only option that you have. You gotta have different varieties so that you can judge. But if this is the only thing you have, you can't judge, and that's wrong. That's why you see people end up divorcing and everything, because you didn't see the red flag. You don't know if it's the perfect candidate because you were trying to apply for the job, or it's like a job. You try to employ somebody in your company. They gotta fit your criteria. But if they are the only candidate, they come into your company, they're gonna ruin it because you didn't have other candidates. It makes sense. So she's in survival mode. Don't be that person.
So this is part 2 of me answering your guys' questions in the comments. The reason we can't go to another country is because Afghan passports are just not strong enough. So I really like this comment because it reminded me of a time when I went to Chicago with friends. We took the wrong exit and we were immediately pulled over by police, and we were told to leave the area because it was too dangerous. So yeah, do what you will with that info. So as for my day-to-day life, I plan on taking like little day trips with my husband, seeing the nature and the landscape of Afghanistan. His aunt goes to the gym, and I really like going to the gym. I just don't have like a whole lot of time with my job. So I'll probably go with her. Hang out with all the friends I've met on TikTok, go eat, go shopping, things like that. So this comment I see the most, like out of all of them, this is the one I see the most. I feel like if you have to use a movie or an experience that's almost 30 years old to generalize an entire population, then I feel like you are just a
Imagine comparing a place. Imagine comparing like somewhere where your phone can get snatched. Okay, your phone can get snatched to a place where you can be stoned. I'm not being racist, beheaded, killed, of course. And I'm not saying that's happening in Afghanistan. I've not been there. You know what I mean? But I'm saying from what we've heard, we've all seen a war-torn area. Like you can't compare the two. Like what's gonna you see, like she's trying to make excuses because like I said, she's in survival mode. You know what I mean? Love is blind. Now we understand. Love is blind. You know what I mean? Oh, that's crazy. Or she thinks this is Disney. You know what I mean? We're gonna hang on the malls, do some TikTok challenge. My sister in Christ. Hey, did somebody tell the women there, if you don't know, they don't have rights? No. You are like, how do you say it? You are like my possession. You know what I mean? Like, the handbag. My handbag can't go outside my house without my permission. I can't let my handbag. If you want to see my handbag, I'm the one who's gonna bring it out and let it in. If I say that handbag needs to fucking be at 5 o'clock in the house, that handbag needs to be in the house. Possession. That's insane. And that's where she wants to go. She might not come back. There's no embassies there. There's no US embassy where you can go, yeah, I'm American. That's insane. That's where she wanna go. And she thinks she can do TikToks. Jim, where they can't even go out without husband permission. Like, no, today you're not gonna see. And you're allowed to beat your wife, bro. That's insane. Oh my goodness. And she's not hearing. By the way, if you think where her parents are, her parents are like, from what I'm hearing, we don't know if it's the truth, but her parents are like, yo, she good, she can do whatever she wants. I'm like, ooh, okay. Listen, she called that person a bigot because they told her that movie she's referring to is a movie about this lady who she was married to this person from like the Middle East, good loving husband. They were good marriage, and they say, oh, let's go to the Middle East, just a two-day vacation. You see how my parents, how I live, and then we come back. After they touch down, boom, lock on the door. Where you going? I'll give you a passport. We are here to live. That is insane. So what the lady does, the lady was like shocked. You know what the lady did? So I'm giving you a recap, but you can watch the movie. So if you don't want spoilers, go watch that movie she mentioned. Go watch. It's a good ass movie, and you should show your daughters too. But here's a recap if you haven't shown. So the husband, he did her like, what I mean? I have a say here. We are staying. You're not taking my kid. Okay, the wife was like, oh, I didn't see this coming. What did the wife do? She snuck. Sorry of my English. She snuck a kid. They had a kid. She took a kid, went to the embassy. I'm American. Please open up. Okay, come in. Good. I was like, oh my God, we are finally here. So they say, you're American. Where's your passport? My husband has it. And the others are married. Yeah. It's like, once you get married to this person from this country, you basically not American anymore. We don't know you. You're a stranger. Who are you again? No, I don't. You kind of look like from Middle East now. Now that my eyes are open. That's insane. And she was shocked. Like, you can't live here without his permission. Like, the country, you can't. And also your kid, basically, you can't take her. She was shocked. Went back. She got into another WWE wrestling match with her husband. She got beat up. I'm not big fan of the situation of her being beat. I'm just, I'm just playing. But yeah, that's what ended up. But the lady ended up fleeing from the country in the end. But she stayed there for a couple of years, and it was hell. So the movie was based on a real life moment. It was based on true story. Like, it happened. These are facts. It happened. And she said, 30 years ago, it's not that far away, darling. These people have been fighting for years there, and they're under Taliban. You know who Taliban is? Oof, my brother in Christ. I pray for this lady. You know what I mean? And you might be thinking, okay, she's right. Maybe she might have people might have changed. No, this is recently that they changed the rules. Like the women's rights are being changed every day, and it's just horrifying. Horrifying. Even though that's not even nothing. The women in the comments, some are Afghanistan. They grew up there. They was born there. They was like residents. They grew up there from birth. They said you are cooked. That's what they say. Cooked means you're fucked. Sure. They say if you go there, you're fucked. Say bye bye. She started deleting the comments. So imagine the residents are telling you do not go there, and you're like, oh, yeah, just what I mean, true love. She thinks this is Cinderella, but what I mean, it might be Cinderella gone wrong. So let her go. But you know what? That's not the end of the story. What happened was recently there's a video that popped up that a wife actually popped up on the internet, and she said, oh, what are you talking about? This is my husband. Why are you posting my husband that you want to go visit? We what I mean? We have no actual pictures that they are married and everything. But he said, this is my husband. We are married and I'm from here. Why are you posting my husband? Like, what's going on? The wife said, oh, your husband. She's going to be wife number 2, but that's not the case. From the situation, a couple women have came out and say, oh, we know this guy, he's been doing this. That's the story. People can make up stories, what I mean, to maybe prevent her from going. The internet is right now crazy. But it's unlikely that somebody goes away to make up that story. It's very unlikely, but it can be. So the percentage is like 80 to 20 being a lie. But we're gonna go with the 80% that it might be true, because they said that, and after that the lady said, oh, I'm taking my time off from the internet. She was pushing the dates, by the way, and she's like, I'm taking off, what I mean. I don't think she didn't say directly she's gonna reconsider, but from the way she said it, it looks like the party is not going. What I mean, and we tried telling her, everybody was, oh, don't go, please, but she does. She said love is stronger. Yeah, I just want to tear her apart. But yeah, what I mean, that goes to tell you, what I mean, parents, if you don't teach your kids, the world will teach it for you. Good thing she didn't go there and it ended bad. And like I said, oh, I forgot to say this. That movie that I was talking about, they say a smart person learns from his mistake, a wise person learns from other people's mistake. That is, go or not, we are all living the same life. What I mean, some things are how do you say it? It's not like they're doing so. You fall in love, you get married. It's the same thing that she did. What I mean? Find a guy, get married, have kids. It's the same thing. It's the same path. It's the same way. And the people that have lived that tradition are telling you no. So you can say 30 years ago the movie, it's based on true story. And if people from there are telling you no, you should learn from that and be smart. So that's crazy, man. What I mean? Make sure, yeah, what I mean? These kids, man. I'm trying to see what parents were feeling. She got me stressed out, and this is not even my child. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, to say, you gotta let people do what they want. What I mean? Some people are crazy here and there, but good thing she posted, and what I mean? But yeah, that's the story. What you think? Put in the comments, man.